What you repeat often matters more than you intend. Your daily habits are creating results in your life long before you even notice. Okay? So, a lot of people want to have a better life, but they haven't really looked closely at the little things that they're doing each and every day that have a greater impact on them than what they realize. Okay? So, your life will reflect your routines. And what you repeat becomes a normal in your life. So if you have unhealthy patterns, they'll create stress, you'll have distractions, you'll be inconsistent, you'll probably feel stuck, right? But if you have a healthy system, you're going to feel stabilized, you're going to have mental clarity, you're going to feel energized, and you're going to probably be making progress in your life. Okay? So let me give you a few, like one really simple example would be morning routines. Okay, about a year and a half ago, I decided to start getting up at 5:30 in the morning and working out. I'm a sleep baby. Getting up at 5:30 is not easy, okay, at all. But I did it. I probably have more strength in the evening, but I found that I feel better during the day. I have more energy. I feel more awake. I feel more alive. I feel like I have better mental clarity. And I have my evenings to do stuff. And it just worked out to be really great. So now I've created that routine in my life. And that has become a routine. So I lay out my clothes at night. I have everything ready to go. And I just get up, brush my teeth, brush my hair, and go and work out. That's what I do. So maybe your morning routine is you have your cell phone waking you up as your alarm clock. So already that's not great because you're sleeping with your cell phone in your bedroom, your cell phone's waking you up. The first thing you're doing is looking at your messages, you're looking at Instagram, TikTok, whatever else is out there. Maybe you're looking at the news, and you have shifted yourself already right as you woke up mentally into a stressful state, okay, and a stressful place. Whether you recognize it or not, you have put your brain in high gear, you have shifted yourself, and you are, have let the world in first thing in the morning. So that is not a great habit. And I think a lot of people nowadays wake up that way. They wake up on social media, they're waking up with messages, and they're plugged right in there right away. And you haven't given yourself any time to really process the day, to wake up, to really think about what's happening, and you don't really realize the effects that can have on you throughout the day. Because throughout the day, that'll create more stress, it'll create more anxiety, whatever's happened, whether it's good or bad, could shift your mood. You're not even really in a place to process yet. And you're already, taking all of this in. And some of it could be very negative, right? And some of it could be positive, or some of it's just dramatic. Whatever it is, it's really not good for your emotions first thing in the morning. Maybe your sleeping habits is you have your cell phone under your pillow. Somebody just told me that the other day. They left their cell phone under their pillow. Very bad habit, right? And again, that's what you have done. You repeat it. You're doing it all the time. It's become a habit. You're used to waking up to your notifications, or sometimes you might sleep through them. Or maybe you're looking at your cell phone in the middle of the night. Lots of people do. Not a great habit. Maybe you're waking up during the middle of the night and you're writing yourself notes on your cell phone about work, or whatever it is. I remember years ago when I was a district sales manager, way before cell phones, I would wake up and write myself notes of things that I had to do in the middle of the night. That created a very bad habit in my life, for how I processed, for how my brain worked, for my sleep patterns, and that created a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, and it was not healthy for me mentally at all. And so I had to learn to break that habit, and it was a very hard habit to break, and I had to learn how to not think about work while I was sleeping and to put that aside. And I could probably do a whole video on that. But these are little things that I'm talking about. Or maybe distractions is it. There's people that love distractions. They got their iWatch Apple Watch beeping every time a notification goes on. I had somebody that worked for me like that, and I eventually said to me, you got to turn that off. Like, that is such a distraction in life. Or I remember when I was a district sales manager, I could have my cell phone going off. I had Teams, I had text message, I had emails, I had all of this going on. And sometimes I would just put my phone in the drawer, and I'd just be like, no, here I am with this store manager right now. We are focusing on the business. We are having a meeting, and I would just shut everything down and put it away because that was a distraction. Right? Or the person that you're out for lunch or dinner with that's looking at their cell phone 100 times, right? That is a distraction. It is pulling you away from other things that are important in life. The person in front of you is more important than what's going on out here, right? That's happening. And I know people can justify and say, well, it's my son, or it's my daughter, or it's my husband, or it's so-and-so, and it's really important that they talk to me. Maybe it is, but do they need to talk to you right that second? Like, we've created such a culture of distraction and urgency for not even the person that's in front of you, or giving value to the person that you're with. And that is something that I had to learn being a district sales manager. Was I had to shut down those distractions, put them aside, and learn to say, that can wait 5 minutes, 10 minutes, that can wait 2 hours. Right? I'm in a meeting right now with the person in front of me, and they've got me for an hour, and I need to be fully engaged and give them my time and my respect and value my staff member. Right? And that's something that's kind of lost now in culture when I think about it. Even you go out for dinner, you look at the amount of people that are looking at their cell phones 100 times instead of engaging with the person right in front of them. Right? And so those are really unhealthy systems and patterns in your life. A big one I would say nowadays is parents texting their kids while they're at school. Like, parents, what are we doing? Like, your kid's supposed to be engaged in class, and you're messaging them. And a lot of parents will get pissed off if their kids don't message them back, but your child's in school, it's supposed to be learning. They're supposed to be in class that moment, and you're messaging them. That's also very emotionally immature, but that's a whole nother conversation and another video that I have for you out there. But those are unhealthy systems. And so that's what I'm talking about. So that unhealthy system is creating an unhealthy dependency, unhealthy distractions, whatever it is, you've created those into habits. And really, that's what you're reflecting. You are reflecting what is normal in your life, that you have empowered, that you have allowed to happen. And so I think healthy systems will help you. Okay. If you have healthy systems, you're going to have better clarity. You're going to, be able to formulate things better. You're going to be able to be intentional about your living, as where unhealthy ones will create mental clutter. That's really what it is. So I'm just leaving you with this. I'm just saying, I think that a great place to start would be look at what healthy habits you have in your life and look at what unhealthy habits you have in your life. Break them down. Look at what you're doing and see, is this actually got long-term benefits for me, or is it actually causing more harm for me in the future, right? And, one that you hear quite often from people is brushing your teeth. Like, what are the long-term benefits of brushing and flossing your teeth every day? You're going to have healthier teeth. And if you don't, you're probably going to end up with a cavity. And what happens then? You will probably end up with, either your teeth being pulled. I've heard of people not paying attention to abscess teeth and end up, with, being really, really sick, right? Because it can actually kill you at some point. So again, these small little things that you do in your life every day has a long-term effect on you and your family and your friends. So just take a look at your systems, look at the way you're living, look at what's happening in your day-to-day life. And I just want to encourage you to do that and create some healthy inroads for yourself and some healthy structures. All right. Have a great day.